Good afternoon. I'm Sharon Wilson-Geno, the Chief Operating Officer for Volunteers of America National Services. Thank you for a great 2019. What a great year. As we look forward into 2020 and beyond, we're noticing, like many of you, the various changes that are going on both in the healthcare and the housing industries. In healthcare, we're looking at new payment standards and new ways of evaluating our work. On housing, we also see changes to the REACT system, new ways of financing that make us think about new and different ways we can better serve our residents. One of the most important, exciting opportunities for us is the opportunity to integrate our housing and our healthcare expertise to take advantage of new programs that recognize the value in putting those two things together. Given all that's going on in those different industries, our board and our senior leadership has recognized the need to develop a new strategic plan which will provide a framework for our success for the future. As part of that plan, we're looking for input from you and others across the organization to help us think through what are the areas that we really need to focus, where are areas that we can improve, and how can we be successful, create a successful foundation for our future. I'm going to ask you today to help us with that process. Our board and our strategic planning group has put together a series of directions based on their view of what's going on in our worlds and have asked for your feedback in helping us evaluate what those different ideas mean to you. Your leaders here are going to collect that information, and at the end of January when they get together, they'll share that information with me and it'll be shared with our board and our strategic planning committee that'll help us build this framework and this new foundation for the future. So what I'm going to ask you to do now is listen to a couple of concepts that our committee has put together, and then we'll stop the video and ask your leaders to talk a little bit more with you about what that means to you and how we can implement that concept in your work. Are you ready? Okay, the first concept is the concept of well-being, and how can we at Volunteers of America contribute to the well-being of not only our residents, but our staff, the families, and the communities we serve. The second concept is this idea of innovation. We know the world is changing. We're looking for ways and ideas for how we can keep up and find better ways to serve in a new and changing environment. What does innovation mean to you in the work that you do, and how can we at VOANS contribute to using innovation to better serve the people that we serve? The third idea is intentionality. And this is the concept of thinking in advance. How do we use the ideas that we have in a thoughtful way so we can be sure we're thinking ahead and not behind? What does that mean to you, and how would you use this concept of intentionality in your work? How are there ways that we can improve our services by being more intentional about them? And the final concept is this idea of investment. We know that we need to make new investments in our organization to change and grow it and make it strong for the future. We'd like ideas about what investment means to you. Where are there places that we could make some investments? How could those investments help our residents and help all the lives that we serve? While there are a lot of changes going on in the world around us, our core values and our core commitments will not change. And those are two. One, to provide the highest quality service to our residents that we possibly can, always. And second, to be great stewards of the resources that are entrusted to us so we can continue to strengthen and expand the mission of Volunteers of America National Services. Thank you so much for your contributions, and I look forward to hearing about them and incorporating them to our strategic plan and keeping you informed as we progress through this process. Thank you.